What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Star here. Subscribe for more content from us here at Going for the Ropes. Also, give us a like and leave a comment. Hope you enjoy this episode.
This is Christopher Daniels. You're listening to Going for the Ropes.
On the ropes. That's on the ropes, right? On the ropes? There we go. On the ropes. It's a bloody beautiful podcast. I love it.
Sierra Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Star here with my co-host, Vanity.
Hey, guys.
And today we're going to be reviewing... I don't even want to call it TLC. I want to call it something else. I swear to God, I want to call it like DLC. This whole pay-per-view was all over the fucking place. I mean, how do you feel about the pay-per-view as a whole?
It was a little all over the place. I will say that. I mean, I kind of give it like a B minus.
I'll give it a C plus. Maybe even just a solid C.
We're close.
So basically, this card was messed up due to the virus spreading through WWE. As far as we know, the only people that have been affected by it are Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, and Bo Dallas. Bray and Roman were scheduled to have matches tonight, but due to them being sick, Bray was replaced by AJ Styles, and Roman was replaced by Kurt Angle.
And I feel like this was like the first time this ever happened, so noticeably, like where you actually notice everything that was going on.
Yeah, usually when
like,
something like
they have to do that.
Like this is like not a sickness, but actually Roman Reigns, when I think he had hemorrhoids or he tore his asshole or something, I don't know. It was someone's ass, and he was supposed to fight Seth Rollins. This is what I say. Fuck everything up for him. I think he had hemorrhoids and he missed the pay-per-view. And then they did a little skit with him and Dean. That's what you should... Yeah, so... I mean, I think there was another way to go about it than how they did it. But, I mean, I'll go into full detail about this shit, like, as we go on. Because it's news that stuff is going to be built from this, and...
No, I understand.
Yeah, it really pissed me off altogether, though. Did you see the pre-show?
I did.
But
it was only a one-match pre-show.
Well, yeah, it seemed like they didn't have any other talent.
And that's the unfortunate thing, because Raw kind of has the most talent.
Yeah.
And it's funny that they couldn't find no one else to do many things with. To be honest, I can understand that WWE is trying to push Alicia Fox a little out there, since she has been like a low carder, like she just hasn't really been doing much. But nor does her persona really comes off like likable or anything. Like, it was interesting to see the tantrums like years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago, it feels like. But it just, I don't know. I feel like they could have did a better pre-show.
I missed this. I was still at work. I was actually at work until like 8:30 until I got to my second job. But
because the whole point of a pre-show is building up the hype to the main event. You know,
was the match good? You taking a little too long to answer that.
It wasn't good. Now I see why it's a C plus. Because I would now give it a C plus. But I would have preferred, like, if they were going to use women to open up the show, I would have preferred something more hype. Like, I could have gone for like a fatal 4-way women's match or something like that, just with the other cast, just to make some hype to something. It's just seeing Sasha and just Alicia was a bore. It was such a bore.
I have my issues with Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox is really good, and you know she's been putting women over for years. Like she's won one title, and I think she had it for about 2-3 months. Like it's time for her to step up there. Like she's helped the cruiserweights. She's taken falls to Nia and to
But that's
Sasha
what
and
she's
Sasha
always
again.
been doing.
But that's not fair to
Always
her.
helped others. That's how she even came to the WWE when they debuted her on ECW with Zack Ryder. She's just, was it Zack Ryder?
No, it was some other dude. I know who you're talking about. He didn't last that
yeah,
long.
He didn't. But my whole thing was, this is what she's been doing ever since the beginning. I think it's becoming one of those times, and I can tell WWE loves her as, you know, a family, as a company. But it's just, it was a wave. It was really a wave. How I could have gone for Dana Brooke versus Sasha or anywho, but I just wasn't feeling Alicia Fox.
I honestly think they don't know what to do with her. Like, yeah, they got the crazy gimmick with her going on, and you know she flips out and does some crazy stuff, but they never really like use it. She goes crazy, and then she fights these people, and then she loses, and then she goes away. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. It's what happened with Nia. She fought Nia, she lost, she disappeared. She started with the cruiserweights. That somehow involved Sasha. She lost to Sasha. She disappeared. She came back. She's fighting Sasha again, and she lost. Now watch she disappear again.
It's a bore, but that was the pre-show, and I think that is why overall the show is more authority. Now you can just tell from the way they open it up. I just feel like there was other things they could have done. I just feel like how you could have focused on the cruiserweight for all of that, you know?
Oh,
it
yeah.
Just, even though they had a cruiserweight match, which was still blah.
Oh, we could get to those.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but it's just, I don't know. WWE, maybe it's time for a new shake-up, or maybe it's time for call-ups from NXT. I have no idea, but...
Time for Vince to step down. That's what the fuck time it is.
It was a lot. But anywho, that was the pre-show for me. It was just blah.
Well, I guess I'm glad I missed it. Well, next we have Asuka debuting on the Raw roster versus Emma. I love this match.
Opening up TLC.
The
first match of the official pay-per-view.
I think that WWE has this issue, and it happens a lot mainly with SmackDown, especially with like the recent tag rivalry between New Day and the Usos. They put on the best matches first, and then the end you're kind of like put those matches in the main event.
I think that match could have lasted to the last match before the main event. I think that match could have been the thing. I feel like that's what everyone was anticipating, and they gave it too early of the evening.
That's all everybody cared about TLC was Asuka debuted. Nobody cared about anything else.
It's not even... No, we're not going to just make this about Asuka, because I've never really been an Emma fan. But this was the first time where you recognize someone who lost, a loser, as the moment of, like, you know how they always say, like, it's not always about winning, it's always about the moment.
Yeah.
Like, yes, Asuka has won the match, but Emma gave the moment. Emma was really going at it to a point.
But this is what I have been saying for months. Emma can throw down. They have Emma,
definitely did it.
I love Alexa Bliss. She should not be losing to Alexa Bliss. She should not be losing to Sasha. She should have won the title. Now, I was talking to one of my friends about, like, Emma and, like, do I believe she'll beat Asuka? I was like, you know what? Vince is in control, so you never really know. But
she was real close to, even though we knew that wasn't going to happen tonight.
Yeah.
But definitely, like, we've seen Emma versus Asuka a couple of times via back in NXT.
Yeah, and Asuka violated her.
Yeah, but this time it wasn't given that. It was given, I'm a new girl, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, I enjoyed it. I appreciate it. Once again, just like I agree with you, I wish it could have been later on in the match card, you know? Like right before that showdown with everyone else. But I could have really went for the anticipation a little bit longer. They gave it to the people way too early.
I'm not gonna lie. I really thought it was gonna be a squash match. As soon as Emma slapped her, I was like, okay, it's over. They're gonna let Asuka have this. No, they let Asuka get her ass kicked. They let Emma get the best of her in some moments, and I'm happy to see that, because Emma deserves matches like this. She doesn't deserve those bullshit matches. I think the best part about this match was just really the back and forth. Like, yeah, there were moments where, you know, Emma slammed Asuka on the outside, but it was the back and forth, and I'm really happy that this happened. It showed that Emma can go, and it showed that Asuka can take. And I think this was the best part of the match. And this is what a lot of the matches are missing. You can't keep feeding people to one person and then expect everybody to be like, oh, we like this person again. No, that's not how it works. When you keep having somebody lose, nobody's going to fucking care.
All I ask is that WWE does not give Asuka that title in the next month, in the next 2 months. I need Asuka to really wait for it, but I don't need her to fade into the background. I want a lot of other people to get that chance to really fight at it before Asuka just takes it all away, you know? Just like they were doing with Nia Jax when she first came on to main roster. They gave her a whole bunch of bullshit competitors, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like at this moment, like, we know the hype is going to continuously build up and, like, do everything. But I'm not ready for Asuka to be that undisputed, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
because once she get that title, she's not letting it go until, like, a while. Or whenever Vince decides to fuck her.
I think they're going to double it to 2 years. And I'm interested to see what they do with this, but I'm not ready for her to have this title just yet. I'm not ready for it at all.
Well,
I love her,
yeah,
but I'm not ready for her to have this title.
I love this match. I love Emma. I love Asuka. So this gets high praises from me. I think that both of them killed it tonight. So Asuka wins with an Asuka lock. And Emma looked pissed. But
it was a quick Asuka lock, though. It was real quick because they was really neck to neck. But you know, of course, once you're in that lock, it's over.
Yeah, she swung her hard. She was like, "You gonna tap, bitch? You gonna tap?" Next match we have the Cruiserweights. Rick Swann and Cedric Alexander versus Jack Gallagher and Brian
Which
Kendrick.
could have really been the match to open on TLC, but I guess.
Yeah. This was a great match. A lot of high-flying stuff, a lot of technical stuff. I love Cedric Alexander. I love Jack Gallagher. I love Brian Kendrick. I don't like Rich Swann. I don't know why. I don't like him.
He's attractive, but no, I'm not a fan.
I didn't ask that. I'm just saying I don't like him at all. Like looks,
To be honest,
personality, moves, none of it. I hate
the
all of it.
cruiserweight, like I wish I had something to say about this match, but I'm so not interested in the cruiserweight division. And
This match was good
bad.
though. I can't lie. This match was really good. I was interested in this match more than the match we'll talk about later.
Okay, I mean, bro, it was my intermission. But
Your intermission? That's an early intermission.
I mean, I was still there for it, but I didn't give it my attention. I'm sorry. I just can't do cruiserweights. It's a bore, you know? And it's a bore that they only compete against cruiserweights, you know? And that's what I like about the previous Rey Mysterio's and the Calypso, because at the beginning of anything, like, they were all, you know, cruiserweights or whatever. But at the end of the day, even Chris Jericho, at the end of the day, they broke the mold and they showed like the dudes above them that they could still give it to them.
True.
As while still being in that division. But at this moment, it's a bore to me. It's worse than PG-13. It's like PBS.
Well,
I can't do it.
The thing with me is I've seen, you know, Cedric in Ring of Honor. I've seen Rich Swann and I've seen Rich Swann in PWG. Gallagher I've never seen except for the CWC, and his moveset has greatly changed from that. And I have always been a fan of Brian Kendrick since he was in the tag team with Paul London. All of them, actually, you know what? I have seen Brian Kendrick in PWG. All of them are amazing.
Yeah, and Gallagher was also in the United Kingdom tournament.
Yep. Like, all of them are really fucking good. The problem is, Vince doesn't want them doing all that high-flying stuff. And that's pretty much them. Like, he lets... Like, it's basically a limit. It's like the limit... It can get you to where you want to be, but it's not there.
It's just that WWE is so stern to the categories that they created, the subcategories that they created within their company.
Yep.
That I feel like that just ruins everything. I just feel like everybody should be equal at a point, you know?
Word.
Yes,
like, it's time that we had...
with the cruiserweight, but at times I would love to see a cruiserweight break out of being a cruiserweight to do those things, especially with the hype of supposedly Rey Mysterio coming back in 2018. I dare y'all to put this man in the cruiserweight championship in the 205 Live situation, and he just stuck there and not doing anything else. I would be so pissed, even though I know they wanted the world champion.
I don't think Ray is coming back to WWE.
So you think it's just a rumor?
Yeah.
Well, that's neither here or there. I would have loved if it do come true. Anything is possible when it comes to WWE and their loyal past superstars and so on. But at this moment, I just feel like the cruiserweight division is trash to me, and yeah, you can just say your inputs on this match, but I have nothing.
Well, I love this match. I thought it was really good, especially from what we're used to seeing from the cruiserweights. Then again, I have not been watching 205 Live, so yeah.
Oh, what a true cruiserweight like lover, like you like really go up for them. You appreciate them, but
it comes
like,
on.
From them is far.
It comes on 10 o'clock after SmackDown, and I have mad shows to watch on a Tuesday. Anywho,
and it comes on the WWE Network, which you can watch at any time of the day.
What's that? I don't have that. Anywho, the results are Alexander and Swan win via pinfall. Memorable moment for me was Jack Gallagher with that fucking headbutt. It looked like he was trying to take Swan's jaw off. No? Mm-hmm. You just done with the cruiserweights, aren't you? Alright. Next match is Alexa Bliss versus Mickie James for the Raw Women's Championship. I like this match. I think I have my issues with Mickie. Mickie, towards the end of her WWE run, she got a little sloppy. When she got to Impact, it got worse. Now that she's back, I'll give it to her. She's getting a little better, but she's still a little messy.
This match was a good match. I'm not gonna lie, I love the goddess Alexa Bliss.
I do too. That's my little wife.
But I'm not gonna lie, because I'm not phony, no fake, and I was rooting for Mickie James tonight because I feel like it's her time, especially with Asuka getting into the women's division of Raw. I feel like a lot of things can shake up with that, so I kind of wanted to see, you know, Mickie flourish. I wanted to see her, you know, make it a little further and not just have her return be just lackluster, you know, because I feel like she's been back in the WWE long enough, and it's unfortunate she gets these subtle wins, but she's been losing the most. And it sucks. It really, really does suck. But I mean, it was a good match. It was really, really good. But I can't say, like, after that match was over, I absolutely was sad for her. You know? Because deep down inside, you can tell when a person tries really, really hard, you know? And when they're not granted what they need, or what the reason why they come back to certain things. So, I mean, to each his own. I wish her the best of luck within the WWE. But I could really, really tell that I don't think she's going to be there long enough. Or if she do stay around a little longer enough, I need a brand switch from her. I need her to just go back to SmackDown. I don't think she should have ever left SmackDown.
Yeah, her following Alexa was the wrong move.
Yeah.
I would love to see Alexa and Carmella go over to Raw. Or Alexa. I don't have a problem with Alexa on Raw. It was good to have her mix it up with them. But they needed somebody, I don't know, like, alright, they already have the dominant force, they have the mouth. They needed somebody to add, like, an extra oomph to it. Like, even Naomi would have been good. But Mickie James should have stayed. Like, she was just too new. Like, she's not new, obviously. She old.
But for SmackDown for Mickie James has been the land of opportunity for real. And I just feel like at this moment, she has so many title shots in her return. From NXT to SmackDown to just Raw, it's just so disappointing. And I know it's not her fault. It's the company's fault, but they're just making her look really, really bad.
If I'm going to be perfectly honest with Mickie James, when she got to NXT, she had a match with Asuka. That match should have never happened. That match was so sloppy. It was annoying to watch. I hated it. I felt like...
I remember you saying that. I remember us doing a podcast about that because I absolutely enjoyed it.
I really did not. I think it's just I overanalyzed the matches a little too much. Or I just don't like her anymore. Like, I used to be a big Mickie James fan. Now I'm really not. And I know I've seen a lot of people, oh, you know, she went to TNA and they suck. Like, when she went to TNA, I was dabbling in it because after Hulk Hogan came out, I was done. But Victoria was over there. She was still good. I love the beautiful people. I love Kong. Like, these are people that, and Gail Kidd, these are people that I have watched since I started watching TNA in, 2008? But I just didn't see her mix in, and then she kind of still had her old gimmick, and she just added the country flair to it, and I was just like, what are you doing here? Like, what's going on? Do you need a hug? Do you need a hug, Nikki?
I just feel like, obviously in Nikki fan as well, I feel like we're giving like a funeral speech or something, like rest in peace Nikki. But I was always a Nikki James fan at the beginning. She always impressed me. She had great matches in her past, and maybe she's just not that Nikki James anymore. But I'm really hurting seeing her lose so much, even after all these chances. It's like a Naomi. Back when Naomi was like in WWE for all these years, and they gave her all these title opportunities, but she just kept flopping, and she just kept failing. That's how I kind of feel right now from Nikki. It just becomes like annoying where you just want to rattle something, you know?
I can understand that, especially when you brought up the whole Naomi thing, because I remember when Naomi was supposed to fight Nikki, and I think she got an eye injury, and she couldn't fight, and then it was a tag team match for some reason. Then she got her title opportunity, and she lost. Like, first of all, stop it with the Nikki Bella thing. Second of all, Naomi should have been won the title. She was the first FCW Divas champion. The first. As soon as she gets to the main roster, she deserves a hit. Like, stop it. Like, I understand she was with the Funkadactyls, but once she broke free, stop it, WWE.
They tried her with the Funkadactyls. Oh, they showed that.
That was just to help Cameron because she couldn't wrestle.
That was to help. What's his name?
Brodus Clay? Brodus Clay?
Yeah, that was to place him out there because all they did was manage him. Like,
the funny thing about Brodus Clay, though, is that they had these promos for, like, this monster. He was supposed to be like Braun Strowman, and you fear him, and Brodus Clay. And then he comes out fucking dancing.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck is this? Like, y'all fucked it all up.
And now you got Impact, trying to do that same thing with him, where he's just like this big bad dude. But this is about TLC.
Yes. So for the women's match, obviously, the goddess.
I honestly, and I wouldn't be mad if Nikki left before the year was over. I wouldn't be mad at her. I feel like she needs to. I feel like home is no longer home for her.
I feel it's time for her to hang up the boots.
And to be honest, I don't even wish they would have brought her to the main roster. I wish they would have just let her play with NXT for a while. I think that would have made NXT a little hyper.
Like, I would have loved for the iconic duo to just beat her ass.
But I think I wouldn't have mind seeing her on NXT. And maybe that WWE is doing this to her on purpose, just like they do to so many others that left their company to go to Impact or anywhere else that they went to, because they're shady like that. But I just wish they just wouldn't have wasted Nikki James' time just for the hype. You had everyone so excited for her return, and then her return was nothing. And then you bring her back with Alexa Bliss, and I feel like that's where they should have just left it if they knew that they were going to bring it to nothing today, you know? And I would hate to see her become a bench warmer and just sit in the locker room doing completely nothing, because you're completely wasting this lady's time.
But
And
that's the problem that we seem to be having, is that they'll think like, okay, so we're gonna have a tag match, and this person is gonna debut and fuck shit up, and the team that has the titles is gonna keep the titles, and that's it. They have no other use for that person. And we keep getting this over and over. It happened with Kevin Nash. They said, "Oh, you're gonna come in and you're gonna screw CM Punk." Okay.
But that's why I don't. That's why I wish he would have stayed on SmackDown, because I feel like SmackDown is making use of roster that would have had no chance on Raw, because there's so many other big names on Raw. And
I don't know. I have
like
an issue with this whole big names on Raw, because SmackDown has big names too.
SmackDown has big names, but I feel like SmackDown are making their big names big names. Like, I feel like Baron Corbin's name, it was, but it's not like where it's at right now. Jinder Mahal is not, it's like where it's at right now, it wasn't before, you know?
Hell no.
Like, and look at, like, even with the big names that they do have, they not doing shit with Randy Orton.
Randy Orton said he hates being a babyface. He wants to be a heel.
But there's nothing to do with him yet.
Exactly.
And I just, Dolph Ziggler. All these people, all these names that were names are just falling to the back. And the people whose names have never been, like, on the, like, the marquee is, like, all of a sudden are the people, like, that's flourishing. And, I don't know. I just don't know.
But I think that's partially the fans' fault, because we were getting the top stars on the marquee over and over and over, and the fans, oh my god, we're tired of seeing them, and okay, let's give them somebody new, and they did it, and oh, we don't want that person. Like, you gotta kind of deal with the cards that you're dealt with. Like Jinder Mahal, he sucks, but we were asking for a new champion. Now, where they fucked up at is we had Bray Wyatt.
You can say that Jinder Mahal sucks.
Oh my god, here we go.
But you can't deny the strength that he has gained in the very first time we were introduced to him through that. But again, we're talking about TLC. And if I ever have the privilege to discuss a SmackDown recap, or if we ever have the chance to discuss the Survivor Series recap, I'll be there for Jinder Mahal just like I would have tonight. But other than that, let's just get back to this C-grade pay-per-view.
Alright, so Bliss wins via pinfall to retain the Raw Women's Championship. Jinder sucks. Next match. Oh my god. Next match is Kalisto versus Enzo Amore for the Cruiserweight Championship. This is another case of what the fuck.
Wait. Because I just remember months and months, just months of saying, can I just finally hear it that, you can just say, all right, Vanity, you were right.
Alright, you were right. Enzo Amore is now a 2-time Cruiserweight champion.
Not only has he beaten Neville, but now he has beaten a United States champion in Calypso.
Okay, just because you're right doesn't mean you should be right.
But you can't deny it. It's funny.
It's not funny. It's really not funny. And I really feel bad for the cruiserweights because, like, all right, the cruiserweights were given their own show. They're told that they have limitations. Then Enzo Amore just steps foot in and becomes a 2-time champion in less than a month.
Okay.
Fuck out of here.
But we had other superstars out there that was ranking up on titles in less than a month.
Who?
Especially in the women's division.
Who?
Charlotte was ranking up title wins in less than a month. In a month?
In a month?
Yeah, she got like 2 title wins in 1 month.
Okay, Charlotte can wrestle.
Taking the titles away from each other and giving it back.
Charlotte and Sasha can wrestle. Enzo cannot wrestle. You're not gonna win this argument with me. Like,
I'm not having no argument with you. I'm not even arguing. I'm just
like,
it's laughing.
like they were building future cruiserweight champions, and like I agree with you wholeheartedly. Like, cruiserweights should be allowed to fight other people, not just get fucked up by Braun Strowman whenever they feel like throwing him out there. But like, they were building people up. They were building Mustafa Ali. They were building
they're building these people up via the company, but you have to understand the crowd, the people are not sticking to them. It's like they're eating bread, but it's not sticking to them. They're not getting full off of it.
But that's because we have stupid fans. Like, people were still cheering Enzo after he was a heel. Like, tonight was the first time I have at least heard him.
But they've been cheering anybody, even when they're a heel.
But it's different, though.
No, like, it's the same thing. I feel like nowadays...
I cheer Kevin Owens because Kevin Owens is actually really good, and he's entertaining. I don't cheer Enzo Amore. Like, alright, I'm lying. I used to cheer Enzo. I used to, because I knew he was a joke.
Just as much, and he's a whole heel. I feel like... And they was doing the same thing for Seth Rollins. I feel like where the universe now is, the WWE universe is, I feel like they're open to things that we used to see in the past, where people feel like it would be too explicit for the viewers now. And I get that it's not just the viewers, but it's also the people who are, who are investing in the WWE, other companies. But I also feel like at this moment, like, I feel like we deserve a little bit more. I feel like where the WWE universe is at, they're speaking their mind. They're saying what they want and what they like and what they believe in. And I feel like at this moment, Enzo Amore had these people since NXT. Even before when he was on his other, his other wrestling things. I feel like, but being that he started in
wrestling things?
I thought he was like already wrestling with another company or so.
No.
I thought he was just under another name, or was it like still Enzo?
No, he was always Enzo Amore.
But he wasn't wrestling with no one else before.
Before Big Cass? No. He literally, and I think this is on Chris Jericho's podcast. He said they were having a contest for promos, and he sent his in, and Triple H liked it, and he brought him to NXT. And he said, hey, I can't wrestle. What do I do? He said, if anybody asks you, just shake your head, shake their hand, and smile. He's a joke. He should have been a manager. I am perfectly fine with Enzo being somebody's mouthpiece. But having him be a believable wrestler that can defeat the likes of Neville, fuck outta here. Bullshit. Straight. I don't care. He could have hit Neville with a Hell in a Cell on top of his head, Neville should have popped back up and beat him. There's no way that you can have people actually, like, people know it's a fluke. Like, alright, he's a heel now. He uses heel tactics. It still doesn't work for him. He should not be a champion. The only way he should be champion is in the tag team division. He should have been a champion with Cass. I would have been perfectly fine with that.
Never a champion. Never.
But yet they fuck up a whole division and put him in it, and people are like, "Oh, but he's getting people to watch."
But the division was already fucked.
Exactly. But that you don't throw some dude in there who's just good on the mic.
But don't blame that on one person.
But it makes it more of a joke.
Was already fucked.
It makes it more of a joke. Like, at least, you know, Neville was having amazing matches with people and trying to actually make something of it. Then you just throw Enzo in there and you make everything a fucking joke. And then you give him the main event of Raw multiple nights, but you didn't even put Neville on the main card of WrestleMania for his Cruiserweight title, and you didn't put them on the DVD. Stop it. That's bullshit.
But you like one. Let's respect where they even got with the Cruiserweight Championship, because you have other subdivisions that's not even doing shit, and they just there just to sit there. And I feel sorry for Pete Dunne, because that is one talented fuck.
Well, they're doing something on that, and he's allowed to wrestle other places. He's not under contract with Vince. He's under contract with Triple H. Triple H lets them go out. Hey, go to the UK. Go have a couple of fights. Have fun. Defend the title in a whole different company. This is what Triple H is allowing. This has really never been done before.
I just don't agree with many things, and I feel like you just have to see everything for what it is. Honestly, TWC, Cruiserweight Championship, 205 Live has all been trash. Unfortunately, they brought in a lot of superstars that they really thought it would, flare something up. But the thing is, the WWE Universe didn't miss the Cruiserweight title. It didn't miss the Cruiserweight Championship because it just lacked so many Cruiserweights. And there was a time where all the Cruiserweights were introduced to the fans, in a proper fashion, fighting off anybody else, just like they're regular people, anything else. But I feel like right now, you just threw a whole competition on us called the CWC. Then you threw a title in the mix. Then you throw a show in the mix. And the people just wasn't here for it. Like, okay, yes, the tournament was pretty entertaining, but deep down inside, nobody was really here for it. Because how are you going to get a chance to know every cruiserweight champion, every cruiserweight division wrestler when they just throw it in the mix like that?
I mean, most of them I knew already.
Yeah, but most of them is just the fact that they're just not selling to the WWE universe.
They would if they allowed them to do shit that they was doing in the Cruiserweight Classic.
No, I feel like for all these titles that they built and created, and this may be off subject, they should have just made some
They should never have done a Cruiserweight division. They should have.
They shouldn't have.
They should have just put them on the brands, let them fight.
No, hell no.
Yes.
No. They could have scrambled them up in different directions from SmackDown to Raw to NXT.
Yeah,
just
that's
like
what
they
I
were
mean.
already doing. Just like they were already doing with some cruiserweights when they started to put them on NXT. But my whole thing is, I just feel like at this point, I feel like with all these titles that they chose to create, you might as well just have created a NXT Television Championship, throw some of those cruiserweights up in there and let it be a whole new fun thing for like people that are cruiserweights to fight other people that are just regular.
But the problem with that is
like
NXT is developmental. Whenever Vince says, all right, I'm ready for this one, they gotta go.
Okay, but they put a whole bunch of other people in developmental that's already been developed.
But not by WWE.
Okay, yes, by WWE. They just petty as fuck. Drew McIntyre, he didn't have to go through WWE already.
He did, but there was an AL. You've been all over the place.
You telling me Bobby Roode never had to go through WWE already?
Okay, wait. Now, this is
Samoa Joe didn't have to go through WWE already before hitting NXT?
Okay, hold on. There's a misconception. All right, Triple H signs them. He signs them to developmental, and I think I heard this from Cornette. I listen to a lot of Cornette, but developmental, they pick them. They pick who comes to developmental. They give them tryouts. They put them on the shows. They book the matches. They give them the titles. And if they feel like they are ready for the main roster, they'll let Vince know, hey, such and such is ready. Here's a video of them. If Vince likes them, they go up to the main card. If he doesn't like them, they stay in developmental. I mean, look at Ty Dillinger. He's been in NXT for how fucking long?
Just like the Iconic Duo.
And you're not going to read them. They're getting better. Let them get better. I'll give them that. Because when I first saw them, I was like, who's these bitches? And now I'm like, ooh, the Iconic Duo.
But they're continuously getting past that point. Anywho, that's not the main of it. I get that developmental is developmental, but the main conversation was that they have had wrestlers who already been through the ranks of WWE still debut back on NXT for petty reasons, I'm sure of. Now, I'm just going to continue saying, just like when they brought James Storm up in there, who the fuck, why y'all putting James Storm through developmental for all that? But anywho, I just feel like at this point in time, since NXT is already so much of a brand and one of the most watched shows out of the shows, I feel like you might as well just leave it as what it is. Let the people enjoy NXT a little more. You really want to say, oh, these cruiserweights don't have to go through some developmental? Hell yeah. Their charisma is lacking so much. They lack with charisma.
I'll give you that. Some of it's a little cringeworthy.
And some of them need to go through development. Like, I just don't believe that they should just be a brand anymore. I feel like you might as well just create another subtitle under NXT and let these people develop. And then when the time is right, then you start a cruiserweight championship.
But I think the problem with
you're allowing people to develop under a brand that is not even fully developed because people's not taking on to it.
I think the problem is that we can't even say 205 Live is a brand. The cruiserweights are only on Raw. 205 Live is, I don't even know. It's like the ugly stepchild of Raw. Like, it's just there. You don't really watch it. Some people do, some people don't. Some people tell you baby cute, some people tell you baby ugly. But the little nigga is there. But when the main problem is that the CWC happened, and this was Triple H's baby. He got all these cruiserweights from around the world. Some stayed, some didn't.
Just like the United Kingdom Championship was his baby.
And
just like starting the Mae Young Classic was his baby, and yet we hardly even see any of those bitches though.
Wait, I was getting to my point. The Cruiserweight Classic got Vince McMahon's dick all hard because of ratings. He wanted to start 205 Live. he wanted to bring the cruiserweights to Raw. This is Vince's problem. He goes, oh, look at the ratings. My dick is hard. That means money in my pocket. Let's do this. And then nothing. Now the UK, alright, some of them stayed, some of them didn't. In the meantime, it seems like, from what I've been reading, is that they're going to be starting a show in the UK that will be filmed, that will be on the UK television site.
No one's still going to watch it. And even if anyone do watch it, it's going to be the same ratings that it got when it was the United Kingdom tournament.
Okay, hold
and
on.
I'm sure that they didn't get as many ratings as they wanted to get. I just feel like they could have done so much more with 205 Live. I feel like, honestly, since Raw is a 3-hour show, and yeah, we understand on television SmackDown is a 2-hour show, they might as well just gave that slot for 205 Live like an extra hour edition off of SmackDown. Might as well, and then you could have had everybody be happy for what Worth It is, and then it could have just been what it was. But at this moment, it's a bore. Even with Enzo on there, it's still a bore. And I live for Enzo a light, but it's still a bore. The only time you get any entertainment off of it is when it's on Raw.
Well, that's because we don't really have to deal with like the storylines and shit on Raw. It's kind of just, okay, there's a cruiserweight fight. You don't have to deal with the storylines.
And that's because we're forced to watch it since we want to see the main event in the first ending of Raw, that first ending of that hour. Like, it just feels like it's stupid.
No, but this is the problem with WWE. And I hear people go all the time, oh, it's entertainment, blah, blah, blah. So is Ring of Honor, so is New Japan, so is all these other companies. It's like they're all for entertainment purposes. However, they don't have these elaborate storylines that
like,
just...
let's admit it. WWE has been watered down.
Oh, greatly. But the problem with that is the fans always go, oh, the Attitude Era was better. I remember when I used to watch this, that. And they'll do a little hint of the Attitude Era. Oh, that was too far. My kids were watching. How dare you? I'm not watching this shit again.
It doesn't even have to be the full Attitude Era. Just like that little in-between era back when Mickey James came into the picture and Trish and all those girls came into the picture. That was in the Attitude Era.
The Ruthless Aggression Era.
Huh?
The Ruthless Aggression Era.
But it was still a good moment in time as they started to go into that TV era from that Attitude Era. Like, it was a really, really, really good time. And I just feel like that's all we kind of need right now. But,
well, I agree with you. I think that Vince, Kevin Dunn, and who else has a one-sided, one-track, slow, undeveloped mind needs to take a step back and let some new people handle it. Because they ain't doing it right. Which I will definitely get to in the main event because, oh. Anywho, Amore wins via pinfall.
Say it with excitement. Therefore, Enzo Amore beats Kalisa and wins the Cruiserweight Championship. Woo woo.
I swear to God, I almost turned the speaker off. Anywho, on to a better match. Just proving my point of just let the cruiserweights fight, they don't need storylines. Finn Balor versus AJ Styles, which was a last minute match due to Bray Wyatt being sick. They tore the house down. And you know what? They can do better. I bet $1,000 right now to anybody. The next time they fight is going to be better than this.
Of course, but at this moment, this was the best match of the night.
Everybody said it. Once it was announced, people was like, oh, match of the night right there. That's it. We don't need nothing else.
Realized, it's not even about all that. Like, I understand a gimmick is a gimmick. But once Finn Balor came out as the Demon, I knew that this was going to be a good match. And when I seen this match start to the camaraderie at the end between the two, I just felt like this match is life. This is the match that we all needed and for so long. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, y'all trying to just wait for things and give things time before things happen. No, let these people be great. Give these people what they need. If not, let the club be in full force. But at the end of the day, this life. Like, if any of these other badass matches had nothing to do with TLC, this would have been a great show. Mm-hmm. This would have been the best show. In the direction that they went with the spontaneous match that they created between those two, it was everything in life. It was just everything. I commend those two men.
Now, I kind of had a little soft spot because I think it was before the match, Cole said that at one point, both these men were leaders of a popular faction in Japan. You do not get to mention in any way, shape, or form their former faction, the Bullet Club.
Why not?
After they sent that cease and desist to be petty, come on now.
Who sent the cease and desist?
WWE. Where have you been? Living under a rock?
I think so.
Oh my god. So they did. You need to watch Being the Elite on YouTube. It's funny. They have better storylines than WWE. Like, way better. Anywho,
because they've been mentioning Japan for the longest.
Yeah, but the problem is, I think it was almost 3 weeks ago now. Bullet Club invaded Raw. They did the whole old style WWE Raw invades WCW Nitro. They pretty much did it word by word. Not really, though. They were having fun with it. That's what it was. And then they got a cease and desist from WWE to not use the too sweet gesture, that they can't sell merchandise with the too sweet gesture. Petty.
Yeah,
so petty. When you have multiple members from that in your company.
And not to mention you share Jim Ross with that shit. Like, that is so like.
And you have, fuck.
And not to mention, but y'all was just going through the same thing with TNA and with not Impact, with the whole situation with the Hardys. Like, it's like, why continue to just like be so petty?
Because that's like, all they know how to do. They don't want somebody to be petty to them because they're the big dogs. But they could be petty to others, which I think is bullshit. But you know what? And the Young Bucks said it better than anybody else. Like, they feel like their gimmick is too much around it, so they're gonna switch it up, and that's what they've been doing. And I give it to them. And like, you know, people always, they're ripping off DX, blah, blah, blah. Technically, DX ripped off other people. And this is what I don't get about, like, hardcore WWE fans. Is like, you're ripping off somebody's gimmick. And Roman Reigns said it about,
I would never compare the club to DX, ever. Before anything, I would compare the club to NWO.
Exactly.
So I would never, ever compare it to DX.
No.
Mind you, DX has already been, like, drowned, like, due to the fact that they're hyping up the Shield to be one of the best trios, like, the factions ever. So it's like, degenerate who? Like, it's giving by. But as far as the club, please, I feel like the club would demolish DX.
And like, I think the thing that's interesting is, like, I told you, watch Being the Elite, because their storylines, they develop basically by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they do all of it for the show on YouTube, and it plays out through matches wherever they are. Like, when Adam Cole got kicked out of the Bullet Club, it was the reason why he got kicked out was because he tried to poison Kenny Omega. That was in the show. That translated later on into the Ring of Honor pay-per-view that I went to, where he got kicked out and Marty Scurll joined. Now, with the whole Too Sweet thing and cease and desist, like, they're not even really bothered by it. They already started the One Sweet. They're moving on with their product, and I give it to them. They're doing what they need to do to still be relevant. And now the new thing is, who is the leader of Bullet Club? We have Cody coming after Kenny. Kenny just being Kenny. I think Kenny's trying to fuck Cody Rhodes' wife. And then you have Tama Tonga and Bad Luck Fale going, we should be the bosses of Bullet Club. Like, you can't have WWE write this because they don't know how to. They don't know how to do surprises. They don't know how to excite the fans anymore, except for some lackluster stuff. Like Goldberg coming back. Nobody gives a fuck about Goldberg winning a Universal title in under a minute. Nobody. Kevin Nash recently made comments about the cease and desist, and he said that WWE is being petty. And he was like, we came up with it. We should be the ones that are mad. Like, we weren't even in your company when we did that. We were in your rival company. Stop being a dick. And with the whole Shield thing, I have my issues with that. Like, them building them as one of the best factions ever, no. So, Evolution, I would put Spirit Squad before them, honestly. Like, they have not done that much.
Now you're playing.
Not really, but they have done not that much. Like, alright, they were a tag team. I mean, they were a trio. They were dominant. They all held titles at the same time. What else did they do? Exactly my point. I think that people just... The problem with a lot of wrestling fans is they just see something and it looks amazing and like, oh my god, yes. And... well, I'll actually get to the Shield shit later, because it was some shit that happened with the main event. Anywho, back to the best match of the night. Balor wins by pinfall. They both too sweet each other, which almost made me cry a little bit. I was a little emotional. But apparently this is going to lead to a Balor Club versus the Club. I don't know how they're going to do that, but yeah. Next is Jason Jordan versus Elias, which should not fucking have happened.
Girl, excuse me. I was about to get all lingo-ish on you, but I was annoyed. Like, they really tried to drag the shit.
The whole pay-per-view
Into the match, and it was just foolish.
It really was.
Like, I get what they were trying to do between Jason Jordan and Elias Sampson. And I feel like they were just trying to build both of them up as, you know, new stars. But I'm just not digging it. I'm not digging it.
Okay, has this been going on Raw? Like, I missed last week's Raw, but has
The
this?
thing is, it hasn't been going on.
So this was just last minute. We're gonna have Elias sing 3 times.
Because Elias Sampson's been going at it with Apollo Crews. Now that I can understand that they would have done, but this, I think they just wanted to put Jason Jordan on the card, put in Elias Sampson on the card. For some reason, those are their two like new hot things, I guess.
I like Elias Sampson. He's a good heel. He's a heel that actually pisses me off. It's not really hard to do. If I know you got talent, I'm on your side. He actually pisses me off.
I like how they're pushing him up.
Yeah.
He reminds me of a mixture of Jeff Jarrett and someone else. He's just so smug.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, he came in so smug.
Mm-hmm.
And I respect it. Like, I think when the switch up happens, that's when I'm really going to really get into him to see what he's going to do with this, because I think he's better as a heel. I don't really want to see him as a face, but I'm enjoying him. I'm enjoying him more than Jason Jordan too.
Jason Jordan, honestly, I just be looking at his booty. I'm not even gonna lie. I just be looking at look at the booty.
I will say he has become a little bit more attractive as a solo star, but I feel like they should have left him a tag team.
Yeah.
I could have preferred American Alpha being American Alpha. And Shelton Benjamin being Shelton Benjamin. Like you said, he could have been our first African American WWE champion.
You know what would have been really good? They should have go ahead and fucked with us. They should have had Kurt Angle come out and say, "I'm in love with this woman," and had Dixie Carter come out. That would have pissed off so many fans. That would have got so many people to tune in. That would have been ratings. Not, hey, when I was in college, I slept with this black chick and I have a black son.
But that means that they would have had to have Dixie Carter up in their television, like on their show.
Yes.
I don't think they would ever.
Can you imagine on Raw, Dixie Carter telling Kurt Angle how to run Raw? People getting tired of it. Stephanie McMahon returns, tells us she doesn't run shit. Boom. Dixie Carter versus Stephanie. Money. Who does not want to see Dixie Carter get her ass whooped?
I'm not gonna lie though, that sounds amazing.
You know what I'm gonna do right now? I am going to go to YouTube and I'm going to search Dixie Carter goes through table. That has 1.8 million views. Her going through one table has 1.8 million views on YouTube. All their other stuff is 100K, 13K, 45K. Nothing is in the millions. Dixie Carter going through a table has millions of views. And you know what? When they did the whole Kurt Angle story and they had Dixie Carter on it, I was like, that's a secret. He's fucking Dixie Carter. They're going to put her on WWE TV. They're going to do a whole angle and it's going to lead to her getting her ass whooped by Stephanie. Boom. What happens? My black son. I'm an Olympic gold medalist and I got a black son. And it's gonna be awkward. This is what we're getting. It sucks. I'm just gonna go to Connecticut and be like, hey, so I want to be a writer, but I'm not gonna listen to none of y'all say. Cause it seems like everybody just has good ideas. They bring it to Vince. Vince is like, nah, we're gonna do it this way. What the fuck is the point of having writers?
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, Jason Jordan wins via pinfall. This should not have been on a pay-per-view. Anywho, now we're up to the main event. This clusterfuck of a match. Seth Rollins, Kurt Angle, Dean Ambrose versus Kane, The Bar, Miz, and Braun Strowman.
Not even, before you even get into this,
You go ahead, because I'm about to read.
the lineup into this match was atrocious. And I'm changing my grade to C-. Because the lineup, just like we originally said at the beginning, mostly you, everything was all over the place, and it was noticeable. And it's disgusting. It really is disgusting, but to each his own. But onto this, I don't even know what to call it. But
Clusterfuck?
match, yeah. This match was funny. It was needless. There was a lot of people who could have just paid. I feel like Kane could have stayed wherever he is. And I guess since he's back into the mix, if he's still the same person being Kane, he clearly didn't become mayor. But
I don't think that election happened yet. I think he's just there for a little bit.
I think he could have paid it. To be honest, I didn't miss him. I feel like if this was a plug for him to have some big match at Survivor Series, kudos to them, but it could have waited after the, TLC. But I just didn't see it for him. It was like Kane is in this match for what? What is going on in this match in general? It's like, okay, I appreciate Kurt Angle jumping into the mix so fast, but at the same time, it's like still could have paid. Like, it wasn't something I was excited to see once it started to happen and unfold.
Mm-hmm.
Even at the end when he came back out, I'm like, okay, that's typical. That's so predictable of WWE. But, okay, so the only reason why Kurt is coming back out is because Brock Lesnar is in the dumpster truck. I said Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman is in the dumpster truck. Okay. Like, it was just really dumb and predictable. It was really funny and stupid at the same time. I felt like I was watching a Saturday Night Live sketch.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just all my bad. But, what were your thoughts?
You ready?
I'm so intrigued to hear it.
Okay. So first, the Shield getting back together is WWE's sad attempt to get Roman Reigns over, sucking the talent from both Seth and Dean, which we all know Dean is going to be the one to turn heel. The only way that Roman Reigns benefits from this Shield reunion is if he turns heel on Seth and Dean, which they will never do because they want Roman to stay a face, a baby face, a shining baby face on the throne that nobody can touch. Bullshit. 2. Roman
Reigns will look better as a heel facing Brock Lesnar.
Exactly. But they won't do it because that's their golden boy. So, moving on. Reigns got sick. Angle got in. Everybody's, oh my god, Angle gets to wrestle again. Blah, blah, blah. Yay. How did WWE spin this? Kurt Angle has not wrestled in 11 years.
In WWE.
No. They said in 11 years.
In WWE.
Yeah, they said that. But did you see how all the headlines were showing? Kurt Angle steps back in a ring after 11 years. Kurt Angle wrestling after 11 years. Like, did y'all not have a whole... And people could argue with me, oh, those are newspapers, blah, blah, blah. They send out news to the newspapers to print this. They don't just come up with this shit on their own. They're told what to put. They deleted his whole 11 years. And you can see that in the match after he took that fall from Braun. They made him look old.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell when they were showing the promo for him, it didn't matter about anybody else. It was Kurt Angle returning. Fuck everybody else in the match. Kurt Angle's back. Yeah. He hasn't been in this ring in 11 years. Fuck everything else he's did. Wait, didn't y'all have a special talking about him being in TNA? And wrestling all around the world? Didn't he just have a match with Cody Rhodes last year that was voted most likely to be match of the year?
Not even. Isn't it the reason why y'all brought Dixie Carter even on your camera productions or production crew period?
Word, like, what the fuck is going on here?
Oh, okay, like, we're supposed to be dumb. Like, nobody knows that Kurt Angle was over with Impact for the past 11 years.
Like, alright, so they're out the way. What got me thinking about that is because when it started, the promo started. And I was like, okay, this is a nice promo for Kurt Angle, you know. He's finally back home, blah, 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 blah. Then, now it comes for the match promo. I'm waiting to see if they're going to show, like, the original match promo and then say that Kurt Angle is replacing Reigns. No. It's Kurt Angle is returning after 11 years to a WWE ring. And here's these other fucks. So now they got people hyped. Kurt Angle. But does he still have it? And I saw some people with a brain saying if they start chanting, you still got it, I'm going to flip my fucking lid. Because I was right there with them. We know he still got it. The nigga still was wrestling until he got in WWE.
I'm telling you, WWE absolutely shades anybody that's famous in Impact. And to be honest, they shade Impact in general, and we've seen it time in, time out with the many stars that they brought in or brought back into WWE from Impact. They completely shaded everyone, and they still shading everyone. And then it's like you do all this stupid stuff to promote Kurt Angle's bio and saying his little documentary, then bring in faces of Impact in the mix, just to still disregard everything of. It's stupid. It's dumb.
Now here's where it gets interesting. Match starts. First off, minus Kurt Angle. Let's say Roman Reigns showed up tonight. Was Roman Reigns really going to make a difference against 5 people? Now, Miz, Cesaro, Sheamus, okay, they'll get fucked up. Kane and Strowman, like, obviously, that's a whole angle in itself. It should not have been a 5 against 3 in the main event. The whole match was sloppy. It's obvious that Strowman and Kane was in it for themselves and then turn on each other. But, like, oh my god, like, Kurt gets hurt after, what, I'm exaggerating. I'll say about 5 minutes. He gets injured. We're like, oh my god, he's dead. I'm sitting here like, why are they making him look so weak?
And for 15 minutes, because he even said it after the Raw talk, for 15 minutes he stayed in the back, healing himself up. Oh, Team Miz turns on Braun Strowman. So now it becomes, what, 4-on-1?
Yeah,
Just
and
for it
then...
to be 3-on-4?
And then
It
with
was-
that,
it was just-
then... Alright, so... Kane accidentally hits Braun with the chair. Braun's like, well, fuck you too. I don't care if it's an accident. Pushes him. Miz and the bar stopped them from fighting. And then Dean and Seth beat him up. They get beat up. Then later on in the match, Kane just decides, fuck this match. Fuck you, Braun Strowman. You push me. What?
Tantrum?
He has a random tantrum and decides to fuck up Braun Strowman. Like, he couldn't do this shit after the match. Like, alright, we won. Now I'm gonna fuck you up. No, he does it in the middle of the
They didn't
match.
want to, you already know they did not want the Shield and Kurt Angle to lose.
Now, here's where it gets more interesting. So, Kane chokeslams him, throws the chairs on him. They go back to fucking up Seth and Dean. Then, Braun gets up. Everybody's like, nah, Braun, chill, my nigga. It's alright. Braun's like, get the fuck out my way. They start fighting. Then everybody jumps Braun Strowman. So now nobody gives a fuck about Braun Strowman. They throw him in the dumpster. That's another thing. Why the fuck was there a dumpster? When you have to pin your opponent. There's no countouts. It's no DQs.
When I seen the dumpster, I was like, who put the dumpster in? Was the dumpster there all that time? Did it come in at the beginning of the match? Did it come in mid-match?
They fuck up Braun. They throw him in the dumpster. Then they're like, alright, let's fuck them up.
No. The Miz, they brought out the dumpster when they tried to put Seth and Dean
Yeah,
inside.
but that's my
inside
whole
of it.
point. Alright, this makes Miz look dumb. They have Seth and Dean, let's say, put them in the trash thing, send them off. The match is not over. There's no countouts. There's no DQs. The only way you could win is pin your opponent. So are you telling me if they would have actually went in there, the match would have still been going on? Who won? Is it then a draw? Is it an automatic win? What happens? I don't know. Because it's stupid. It's so fucking stupid.
And then they do all of that.
Just to have Kurt Angle come back. Get a finish. Eat a finisher. Land on his neck while getting thrown out. And then get up with the Shield. And they all do their finishers and they win.
And let Kurt Angle get the pin for the W.
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. They just buried 5 people. All for 3. That only care
But
about
even
them. No.
if Roman Reigns was there, it was gonna go down the same.
But that's sad. That is really sad. Like, if I'm booking that match, I'm having... Alright, I would have had the little spat between Kane and Braun. It's obviously that's what they were in there for. Now, the dumpster shit should not have been in there. But I think it should have been the 5 of them.
That was the only way that they could set up eliminating Braun. There was no other way to set up eliminating Braun.
But the problem is with all of that, they just like kind of fucked them all. How do 5 people, say it with me, 5 people get fucked up by 3 niggas? Let me rephrase that. How do 2 big motherfuckers, 2 mildly big motherfuckers, and 1 small nigga that's sneaky lose a TLC match against 2 small niggas and an old nigga that y'all are saying has not wrestled in years?
one thing I've always learned in WWE, anything is possible.
On that note, we're going to end this podcast because I just killed myself. I mean, it's true. Anything can happen in WWE, but I mean, like, I was at least waiting for Undertaker to come fuck them all up and then dip. Like, something a little more believable. Like, I'm not believing that the Shield is beating all them motherfuckers up. It took 3 of them to take out Braun Strowman. 3.
Not even.
And that's when he was by himself.
Not even. Wait. It took Kurt Angle by himself just to take out 2 real fast.
Okay, but I'm talking about leading up to this. Leading up to this, all 3 men have stepped to Braun Strowman. All 3 men have been sat the fuck down. It took all 3 men to take out Braun Strowman. Okay, you following? Alright. Kane is a crazy motherfucker. He don't care. He just want to win. I guess. Or he just want to fight. I guess. It took 3 of them to take out Kane at some point. The Bar has been going back and forth with Rollins and Dean. Rollins and Dean have won. Okay, that's still 2. But they have lost on occasion to the Bar. Miz, it's a TLC match. Miz could lose, he could win. The point that I'm making is if you have needed all 3 of these motherfuckers to take out at least 2 of them, you still got the other 3 for believability that they can still lose. Now, granted, the mischief with Braun and Kane, everybody fucking up Braun and then in the dumpster. I'm talking about eliminate the dumpster. I'm talking about just fighting. They should not have lost. Sometimes it cannot be a feel-good moment. Sometimes you have to make a logical decision.
But it was just all funny and dumb when you realize, why would you eliminate one of your strongest partners?
Because Vince is dumb. Like, granted, okay, this sets up most likely Seth, Dean versus The Bar for the titles. This gives them another chance to win the titles again.
That's even if they fight for the title at Survivor Series. I think they just gonna wind up doing this on a Raw show.
Anywho, this sets up Kane versus Braun. This also sets up 2 matches for The Miz. One against Roman and one against Angle. That's all this does. It sets up matches. Could have been done in a different way? Sure. Did they do that? No. Why? Because they know their fans are dumb. At least most of them. Some fans will literally stand there getting shit in their mouth and say, "Thank you, can I have some more?" Some fans will go, "No." And it's really hard for me to actually say yes. It really is. Like, I love a lot of the talent, but it's just so painful to watch. It really is. This could have went so much better, even with the change of Roman for Angle. This could have went so different. It could have been a lot better. But they just didn't do it. I mean, hell, when Kane came back, he could have fucked up Braun. That set up a match for them. And then it could have been Miz and The Bar versus The Shield. How hard is that? How fucking hard is that? Instead, you add 2 big motherfuckers who you want in a feud to join an already happening feud, which then changes because one of the people are sick and you got to put your general manager in there. So now it's adding more to the clusterfuck. This is what we just watched.
I really know.
Matter of fact, it's right there in our faces. Kane could have came back last week, fucked up Braun Strowman. Hey, I'm the only monster here. Boom. They could have fought where Jason Jordan and Elias fought. Boom. And matter of fact, Jason Jordan and Elias could have been a match in the pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
I just solved the whole pay-per-view problem. And then the main event would have been 3-on-3 TLC match. Everything would have been a lot better. A lot more believable without the stunts and bullshit.
You know what's going to be funny now? What if going towards Survivor Series, obviously Survivor Series, they create a rival between Braun Strowman and Kane. Meanwhile, they brought Kane in to be some sort of heel for TLC just to make him go face.
You know what? You just pissed me off. Because now I'm thinking, what if they're not done with this? What if the same 5 motherfuckers is going to be in a Survivor Series match against the same 4 motherfuckers we just seen with an added Jason Jordan?
Nah. They're going to make this SmackDown versus Raw. I already know they're going to do this again.
Oh, they could still do that. They still got other talent.
From what we've seen tonight, I don't really know.
Word, they gotta call SmackDown the AO. Can we borrow some of your talent?
Unless it's gonna be a whole bunch of cruiserweights.
It will be the Cruiserweight division against SmackDown Live.
Yeah.
Bold prediction, SmackDown Live wins. Hey, if that happens, nobody could say they didn't allow the Cruiserweights to fight other people. Boom.
But we know it's not going to happen. We're just being sarcastic on WWE's time. But unfortunately, yeah, I just want to keep taking my grade down for tonight. But I'm just going to leave it at a C-. It was...
Wait, you gave it a C-?
There was nothing about tonight organized besides the AJ and Finn Balor match.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing organized about tonight.
Well, Asuka and Emma,
but it still wasn't organized. I feel like compared to the rest of the matches on the card, I feel like they did not have to open up the show. That would have been a wonderful match.
True.
Right after Finn and AJ.
True.
Or Asuka and Emma, then Finn and AJ leads into the main event. I just feel like what we seen was horrible. Elias Sampson and Jason Jordan. For real.
It's like, you know, have you played Universe Mode in 2K18 yet?
Of course.
So you know how you got, if you have 2 brands on one pay-per-view and you have 6 rivalries, but you have 7 matches on the card, so it's that one random match.
Mm-hmm.
That's what just happened.
But it was more than one random match.
That's exactly what just happened. Well, you know what?
Because you can say how much that tag team cruiserweight match was, but it wasn't needed.
Well, apparently they've been building for that.
It could have been a pre-show.
Okay, we're not going to keep putting the cruiserweights on the pre-show.
Anything could have been in the pre-show. Hell, Sasha didn't even have to fight. What you call it? Miss Alicia Fox.
Can they let Sasha get a vacation? I'm tired of looking at her and her tracks.
I'm so tired of looking at her. They could have gave me Bailey or something, or is she still going through her injury? It's just too much. It's too much.
We need Mother Naya to come and work shit. That's another. I expected Nia Jax to come out and help Alexa. I expected that to happen. You said for what? Because they're best friends.
But clearly Alexa had that.
Well, duh, but she could have still helped. She's a heel. She could pretty much do whatever she wants.
Yeah, but I'm tired of seeing that because at the end of the day, all it leads is to Nia Jax getting her title shot. And she just never gets it.
Or she gets it with multiple people and they all fuck her up.
Well, it's WWE for you, and I enjoyed my time with you. But, yeah, WWE just pissed me off for tonight.
I thought you liked it. After analyzing it, you don't.
Besides but we only announced, like, 2 or 3 matches. Well, you mentioned 2 matches. Well, no, you mentioned 3, because you also said you liked the action between the tag team cruiserweights.
I like the tag team cruiserweights. I like both women's matches on the main card, and I liked Finn. Only match I didn't like was the Cruiserweight Championship, the main event, and the Alliance shit.
To be honest, the only thing I enjoyed tonight is Asuka and Alexa Bliss. I mean, Alexa Bliss live. Emma. Asuka and Emma. Finn and AJ Styles. And of course, Enzo Amore walking away with the W off the third. So that was just entertaining.
So we're going to end this podcast now. We're not going to mention that match anymore.
I just loved how he said it going into the ring, and he left out with it being sad. Just like he said it when he was right before he beat Neville. And he walked out with the W.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Anyway, I'm the Intercontinental Champion. I have my title. I'm stroking it right now. That's what I think about Enzo Amore.
And mind you, those are 2 titles that were not seen tonight.
What?
Intercontinental.
Yes, it was. Miz had it in his hand. Watch your mouth.
But they didn't compete. He didn't put it on the line.
He was in a tag match.
They just trying to drag that out so he could become the longest reigning IC champion over Honky Tonk Man.
He already beat Honky Tonk Man.
I think they were trying to beat another record though.
He's number 3.
Yeah, but he's not longest reigning.
Well, no, I just said he's number 3. I think who the fuck is number 1? I'm about to look that up right now. I forgot who number 1 is.
I swear it was Honky Tonk Man.
Oh no, it is Honky Tonk Man.
I know.
I thought
that was one of the biggest things that they always bragged about him was the fact that he held that title for so long.
I thought he had it longer. Hold on. List of combined reigns. No, he passed Honky Tonk Man. He's number 3. He has to beat Don Morocco and Pedro Morales. He still got some time.
Yeah.
He got at least 200 more days. At least 200 more.
They try to make Asuka beat the Fabulous Moolah Street.
That's not happening. I doubt that that's happening. That would be way too fucking long. Like, when Asuka drops it, she gotta retire. That's it. And they better never do that again. Let Asuka be the longest reigning women's champion in history. That's it. Well, I mean, no. Because she's already 500. And the Fabulous Moolah is 1,000 and something.
Right. She holds it for like 10 years.
No, she would just have to hold it for like 2 years.
She can make it happen now.
I mean, 600 more days. She good. She can retire. She made history in NXT being the longest reigning champion. She made history being the longest reigning women's champion in WWE history, beating the Fabulous Moolah. What? She can retire.
And she's instant Hall of Famer.
Oh, she been a Hall of Fame already. She took a beating from Minoru Suzuki. She deserves to be in everybody's Hall of Fame. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, we're just rambling. So I'm going to take this time to end the podcast.
And congrats to the newest champion of Out of Tonight, Enzo Amore.
I'm going to edit that out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed this. This was a very long podcast with some very interesting debates with my co-host, Vanity.
And a couple of haters.
You want me to edit you out, don't you? Please like, subscribe, comment, let us know how we're doing. Let us know anything that you want to hear or see. New show coming soon. Please keep tuned every week. We will have new episodes every week on the podcast. Find us on iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher Radio, Podbean, Buzzsprout, and YouTube and iTunes. Did I say iTunes already? I don't remember. Thank you again to my co-host Vanity.
See you on Raw.
Oh God, that sounded so nasty. That sounded so nasty. Can I wear a condom? I don't want to go to Raw. Just Raw. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed this podcast. Have a nice day. Bye.